Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Man City closed the gap on league leaders Manchester United, apply even more pressure to Liverpool Football Club with a hard-fought win. A hard-fought win over Brighton in the Premier League, courtesy of a goal from Phil Foden, who is currently the leading goal scorer this season at Manchester City with 8 goals. And the league is intensifying beyond belief. The hunt is on. The teams that are in this race. And you know what? It applies even more pressure this evening. Even more pressure this evening to Tottenham's game. We'll take a quick look back at the league table again. Spurs kicking off in about 15, 20 minutes' time. They sit there in 6th. But a win tonight, their game in hand over the vast majority of teams above them, will put them on to 32 points, but of course with a decent goal difference, they can move themselves back above Man City tonight into 3rd with a win. And this is where champions are made. This is how real teams are separated, men from the boys tonight. So a lot of pressure on Jose Mourinho and his players. I know everyone's laughing, by the way, here at Raheem Sterling. You've got to laugh at that. That penalty was shocking. The penalty at the end was shocking. But you know what I was encouraged by tonight? City deserved winners, played some really good football at times. But Brighton opened them up. Brighton had opportunities. One thing I'd say this season and why it's going to be, I don't care about this narrative at the moment that the Premier League isn't as good. Do you know what? If you compare it to this time last year, barring the league leaders, everybody, the chasing pack as a collective is better. That means one thing, a more exciting campaign. And every single team that's going to be slugging out for this title is beatable and can be challenged and is going to have moments against teams much lower down the league. I don't think there is a foregone conclusion. I don't think you can just say, that's it. City, they've been brilliant for 2 or 3 games. That means they're going to run away with it. Absolutely not. I think there's going to be many trials, tribulations, twists and turns to come. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And the Football Terrace is going to be there every single step of the way, without failure. Every single step of the way. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. A lot of people here having a bop at Sterling, saying Sterling is better than Hazard. Listen, bruv. You say things in particular moments, and I said he'd surpassed him in terms of his outputs, in terms of his performances. Raheem Sterling's been bang average at the elite level here, not bang average as an overall footballer, for about 12 months. City's downturn has coincided with his. Do you know at this stage last season, Raheem Sterling had 19 goals. He's on 7 this year. So it shows you the downturn in him, but he's young. He'll turn it round. There's no doubt about it. Super chat here says, Terry, why did City get to take their free kick from a back pass where it was picked up, but Chelsea had to take it from outside the box? It's a fix. I don't know. I didn't know Chelsea had to do that, so I can't answer the question. And did Chelsea actually take it from outside the box, or did they place it there themselves? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I can't answer a question that where I don't know anything about the subject matter. That would be rather silly. The devil's advocate says, with City on the chase, it emphasizes the need for a positive result at Anfield, and it does massively emphasize that. You're absolutely right. You take a look at this league table. It's so close, but it is spellbinding. It is spellbinding. It's intriguing. It's amazing to look at. It's amazing to see. We all want our teams to be involved in a title race, but then every game becomes pressured. Every moment. When Maupay went through on goal towards the end, I'm not going to lie, I was screaming, chip the keeper, chip the keeper. Didn't do it. I was fuming like it was my team playing. And I think Man United, the younger Man United fans, I'm going to say this to you, the ones that don't remember a title race or their memory of a title race maybe isn't so potent in their mind. Strap yourselves in. Strap yourselves in. It's going to become hugely stressful. Trust me, people. Hugely stressful indeed. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Someone here says the man's 26. Okay. Sometimes when you make comments on the terrace, explain what you mean, because I want to read them out. I want to interact with you, but I have no idea what you're saying. Say something. Say something. But yes, this weekend's game against Liverpool becomes very intriguing. But remember, It's game 18. A long way to go. 21 games still to be played. 22 for Man City. If we get a draw, even if we get beat by Liverpool, City are also going to drop points. City are also going to drop points. So let us not throw the baby out with the bathwater. I know some Man United fans are going to have this inkling, this feeling, this want to do that. Oh, we lost City 1. That's it. It's done. Listen, most of us wrote the season off after we got beat 6-1 by Spurs. In fact, some of us, and I did, I wrote the season off when we signed Cavani last day. I just had flashbacks. I had flashbacks to Falcao, Di Maria. That's how it felt. So, yeah, from my point of view, game on. Let's just have it. Let's just enjoy it. Let's get behind our teams. But I'm telling you this now, it's going to be painstaking at times. It really, really is. Let's go through some more of your comments here. Winner Paul says, I was afraid of City 5-0 performance, but this game tells me that they are not able to dominate teams like before. Look, City are going to have games where they dominate people. I think that's almost a cast iron fact that they will do that at some point. That's going to happen. However, they're not going to do that in every single game. There are going to become moments where they get caught. There are going to become moments where they concede. They weren't clinical in front of goal tonight. But that's fine. That's part and parcel. But I think all teams are in that space. There hasn't been a team in the Premier League yet that has demonstrated to me that they actually have the ability of going on a 7, 8, 9, 10 game winning streak. Not unbeaten run, but a winning streak. All of our teams are going to drop points. It was only a few games ago, and we all got caught out by this. Liverpool beat Spurs, that last-minute goal. They then played Palace, and they obliterated them. They annihilated, disapparated, turned them to dust. And then what have they done since? Let us all relax in terms of the season being decided after a few games at this point. We've all done it before. It's too much. Sterling still getting nonsense here. Someone says 3-horse race. Absolutely not a 3-horse race. Tottenham are still in the hunt. There's no doubt about that in my mind. On top of Tottenham, Chelsea. Chelsea Football Club are going to turn it around very, very soon. They're going to go on a winning streak. Chelsea are going to put a little 4-5 game run together. And as I've said, all the teams above will drop points. I think there's going to be purple patch here, downside there. Purple here, downside there. And you're going to see Chelsea catch back up as well. But Tottenham definitely are in this title race. Man City, Liverpool. And there's the outside chance that Manchester United are going to put themselves into it as well. Do me a big, big favor and smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Really important that you all do that. Please don't forget. Sign up to the Discord server as well. We do have very soon in the makings a very big announcement for the Football Terrace. And let me just say this to you now. A massive thank you to all of you for making possible what is about to come. Next levels is all I'm saying. Next levels is all I'm saying for the Football Terrace. Cannot wait to iron things out and bring that forward. Terry, we're going for the Champions League. Mo, who are you? When you say we, bruv, I don't know who you are. Mo. Tell me who you support when you say that. Let them hunt is what Indiana says here. Listen, I'm up for it. I'm up for the chase. Listen, City are a brilliant team. Liverpool, best team in the world still, in my opinion. Pep Guardiola got an amazing group of players. He's one of the best managers in the world. Let them hunt. There is no pressure on Manchester United. Absolutely none. Not with where we are on our journey. We must not lose sight of that. No one expected us to be where we are right now. We're ahead of schedule, meaning there's less pressure. Of course, I know a lot of people say don't lower the expectations, don't lower the standards. Fine, you can say that. My expectations are the same as you. I've just got more patience in regards to how long it is going to take to get there. And this Man United team is on the upward trajectory. We're still 3 or 4 signings away from being ready. So I'm not going to put ridiculous pressure around the necks. Man City and Liverpool have better squads than Manchester United. They have managers far superior to ours. They have winning mentalities, multiple Premier League title winners in their squads. They are the clear favourites at this point. So enjoy being the underdogs, Manchester United, and push. City, Liverpool, they have to handle the pressure being on them. It's as simple and it's as straightforward as that. We're going to open up the lines. Once we go past 250 likes, we're going to open up the lines for you guys to call in. So make sure you're hitting it. Terry, I'm a Chelsea fan. Chelsea, I'm a Chelsea fan. We are going to win the Champions League. I don't know about the English Farmers League. Okay, cool. I don't get that. Terry, talk about England's best centre-back, John Stones. John Stones is having a really good season. He's having a really good season. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But let's just hold our horses. For 3.5 years, he was called a £50 million flop. So let's not let 17-game run convince us that suddenly he's John Terry's love child. Do you know what I mean? Let's slow down somewhat on there. A comment here says, I disagree. No one except City to win the league this season. This season, everyone was writing them off. So let's go back to what was said. I never expected Liverpool's drop-off to be as dramatic as it has been. That's primarily why I wrote City off, in terms of I didn't think they'd be good enough to be anywhere near Liverpool. I thought Liverpool would have a good 10 more points now than they do, meaning they'd be clear of everybody, right? So that's why I said that. But what I've seen, Liverpool's dip, and this is why people have to stop with this. I don't know. I don't know what the word for it is, but I think there's almost a really pedantic view that because Liverpool have dropped off, it means the quality of the league is dissipated. So Liverpool opening the door, I think it's reinvigorated City. I'm seeing a different City in this last four or 5 weeks than I did prior. Maybe they've got the belief back that they can win something again because Liverpool have yielded slightly. It's the way the world works sometimes. We've seen it within our football clubs. Forget winning trophies. We've seen times where a big player leaves. Oh, who's going to score our goals? Somebody else steps up. I remember when Ruud van Nistelrooy left Man United in the summer of 2006. Who's going to score our goals, though? Rooney scored more. Ronaldo stepped up massively. These things happen. So just because one team yields doesn't mean the overall quality of the league just dissipates overnight. When in fact, remember, Man United had 25 points after 17 games last season. 25 points at the same stage this year would see you in 11th and not 8th. So the overall quality, if we're just going on points total, the overall quality of the league has improved. But again, nobody wants to look at it from that point of view because it doesn't suit the purpose. But let people have their agendas. It don't matter. Terry, what's your Sunday prediction? Not giving that away now. Tomorrow night, 5 p.m., we are live on the Football Terrace. Full top 6 preview. James Redmond's going to be here. So make sure you're tuning in. We have a few of our normal panelists on as well. 5 p.m. tomorrow, we will be going through that. No doubt about it whatsoever. Terry, the only thing I worry about is that City don't look like they're at their best and aren't dominating, but they look solid like I haven't seen them before. Only 3 goals conceded in 14 games. And that's very, very true. Defensively, they look good. But I've also seen in a lot of those 14 games, teams really trouble them, open them up, create opportunities, create chances. So I don't think they're going to run away with it from this point. If they're not running away with it, there's always an outside chance. I make Liverpool favourites, City second favourites, Tottenham third favourites, followed by Manchester United. That's the way it needs to be. We have to keep our energy here. Nobody, not even the biggest Ollie outers in the whole world, said we had a squad good enough to win the league at the beginning of the season. Now suddenly the whole world thinks we've got a great squad. Nobody said that. The vast majority of our players, barring Paul Pogba, Martial, and Bruno, are not rated by the vast majority of football fans. So 3 players do not make a squad. All the other squads are better than ours, and all the other managers are better than ours. So for me, Bison, I'm relaxed about everything right now. I'm enjoying the ride. My expectations are not to win the league this season. Remember that. This season, come the 30th of May, football doesn't cease to exist. Got to open up them Skype lines now. Make sure you're hitting that like button, please. What a season it'll be if Arsenal keep winning. Do you know what? Who knows? Terry, Rashford is rated. Not by the vast majority of Man United fans, he's not. Speak to Aaron. Speak to all these men just on the Football Terrace. He gets called Trashford every week. Terry making Liverpool favourites is reverse psychology. No, I've made Liverpool favourites all season. This little blip they're on doesn't change things overnight. Man United even putting themselves into a title race doesn't change how good Liverpool are. Doesn't change the fact they've got the best manager in the league, the best squad in the league. Nothing. Man United winning a couple of games is not. Imagine this. Imagine Man United going top by 3 points, destroys the confidence of Liverpool and diminishes, evaporates, disintegrates, and nullifies the coaching and managerial capabilities of Klopp? Because that's what you're saying. Think about it out loud. Say that out loud. Man United getting 3 points clear after 17 games stops Jurgen Klopp from being able to do his job. Do you know what I mean? It don't make sense. Pep Guardiola can't be a genius and Ollie a PE teacher. Both teams have superior squads to us, and they not be the favourites when everybody is neck and neck on points. It's just ridiculous, and you're not going to no one with a brain is going to be drawn into that. It's just not going to happen. It's a madness. Just say it out loud. Don't listen. When you listen to it, you go, oh, okay, I get it. Say it out loud. Don't make sense, bruv. We're going to open up these lines now. We're going to share the link to call in on our Discord server. We're going to share it on the general page right now on the Discord server. So make sure you go to that to get it. All the show now is what I'm typing. I'm going to link everybody in on this so you can all see it. Go to the Discord server now. Get the link. Give us a call. Get yourself involved. I want to hear from you right about now to hear what you've got to say. Let's have some more of these comments in the meantime, though. So Klopp is the PE teacher. Well, that's what they're saying, basically. It's a madness. If you can, what I will say is this. I will change my, I think Man United have a very good squad. I still think we've got holes in it from being a squad that's has been considered capable of winning the league. I need you to find me the footage from YouTubers from the and tweets from the big Twitter accounts, the big Instagrammers, the pundits. Find me the clips, find me the receipts of people saying at the start of the season, our squad is good enough to win the league. And I don't want one or two or from some randoms. I want the body of work that proves that you're not revising history because of the current situation and trying to maybe throw Ollie under a bus. I believe. It's what I see. It's what I smell, bruv. Like rank morning breath. I can smell it, bruv. It's like, yeah, and I know what you're doing. So obvious. So clear. The world can see it, bruv. Transparent. 110%. 110%. A comment here says, I find it funny how when we speak about City, it hardly gets 1K. When we speak about Arsenal, there's like 8K viewers. Well, it's more when you lose, bro. When Arsenal win, we do about 3.5, 4K. But yeah, it's I hear what you're saying. There are levels to this game when it comes to social media. We're going to get some callers on first. First up, we're going to have man like Coaster on the show. Coaster, what you saying, mate?
All right, sorry, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. What do you make of City performance tonight? And are they the out-and-out favourites to win the league for you?
No, not out and out for me. Not out and out. First of all, you caught me at a good time because I just finished recording some Donny content. Secondly, I don't think City are out winners. I think they are in a race. I don't think they're completely out of it, but I do think they're in a race. They're not out winners.
Who are the favourites in your opinion?
I might get crucified by the Scousers as an outside fan. I might as well be Jesus. But I think at the minute, Man United, I think they are the most consistent. I feel like they're the most likely to pick up a win at this point. I think Liverpool are 50-50, Man City are 50-50, other clubs are 50-50. Man United have found consistency from somewhere, and I feel like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got this team going, just from an outsider's point of view. And hopefully we get to face them in the FA Cup if we get past West Ham.
There we go. Listen, my bro, thank you for coming on the show and having your say. Man like Costa thinks that Man United are the favourites. I can't say that I agree. Next up on the show, we're going to have Ollie Out on the show. Ollie Out is here with the Jules Clooney picture. What are you saying? Oh, he bottled it. Next up, then, Zach on the show. Zach, welcome to the Football Terrace. What do you want to say, mate?
Listen, that last guy, why are you disrespecting City like that? Come on, bro. Literally, you just told me that United found consistency. Okay, since Pep kind of changed his tactics to more, stop conceding goals. Like how many games have they won now? They won a lot of games. And today, another clean
4 on the
sheet,
bounce.
4 on the bounce, with another clean sheet as well, with the best defensive record in the league. I mean, come on, they have to be there and thereabouts, in my opinion, with United and Liverpool. But I'm just waiting for Sunday, man. I'm just waiting, bro. I just want to see. I just want to see how United will cope with Liverpool. But I know they're gonna counter. They're gonna try and sit back and
Who do
counter
you
attack.
support, Zach? Who do you support?
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay, God, just out of interest, I wondered in terms of what Doggy had in this fight. Look, I'm interested in what happens this weekend, but like I said to Lee Gunner yesterday, I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater if we lose. I'll be disappointed. You might find I'm angry at our performance, but it doesn't mean you undo the position that we are in, because, as again, 4 weeks ago, nobody thought United would be anywhere near the top. 4 weeks later, we are. 7 weeks ago, nobody thought City would be where they are. Now that happens. To suddenly suggest in this weird oblong of a season that because of one defeat, by the way, away at the best team in England, one of the best teams in Europe, one of the best teams in the world, a stadium they haven't lost in for over 3 years, to not beat them there, to suddenly be the worst game result in history, I find it's not even hyperbolic and over the top. It's just intellectually dishonest, and nobody believes anybody that says it. That's the thing. You hear it, it's like, oh, what's that? I thought, oh shit, I just trolling bullshit. It's as simple as that for me. Who do you make the favourites, though, Zach? Who's the favourites in your opinion?
Listen, it's gotta be City for me. It's gotta be City, in my opinion.
I don't think that's a bad shout at all. Listen, Zach, thanks for coming on, having your say, mate. Really do appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. I want to share you all something on the screen as well now. Now, this is interesting. So this is the points per game tally throughout the course of the season. And points per game are interesting because it shows you a great trend as well. You can see the pink line is Liverpool. The yellow line is Tottenham. The red line is Manchester United, and the blue line, which actually looks a bit more green on the screen, to be fair, is Manchester City. And you can see, because this shows you the trajectory of teams, you can kind of ignore the first one. You sort of look at the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So you get to this point is when you really start looking at the trend, because you have to let things settle. You start looking at the movement. Liverpool, kind of up and down, but very steady in terms of their average over this period. But the decline has begun. Man United, since his first 5 games, we actually went backwards a little bit. See, we dipped again. Ollie out trending, and then it's just been this 10-game period of great growth. Man City, fairly similar. They won their first game, but then it was just a stuttering start, but slowly but surely getting better, and they are neck and neck. They win their game in hand. They go past Liverpool in terms of points, but actually they're in front of Liverpool now in terms of points per game, as you can see, but they're 1 game behind. Tottenham, told you already, they had that little dip. They had a little dip here in this period, but they're on the way back up as well. So there's 2 things you have to look at here. You don't just look at the points per game total and calculate that by the remaining matches, because that doesn't show truth. You also have to look at the trend lines, because Liverpool, right there, and this is what you have to take into consideration. So when I speak about form, it's important to think about this. If you look at what Liverpool are on points per game now, that might not be on that in 4 or 5 games' time if they don't change their form around, because their trajectory is going down. Man City's, Man United's, Tottenham's is on the way up. So for me, what you have to do is you take their average growth over the last 10 games and you look at the growth in that 0.5%, 2%, 3%, whatever it may be, and you apply that to the points per game total in terms of the trajectory and the predicted trajectory that they're going in. And it gives you an idea. How you manage to do that is you have to be very, very careful and look at the trend line has to follow performances and results. So both Man City, Liverpool, and Man United, looking at the trend, both from this season and the back end of last year, when you look at the overall performance of these teams, their trend line is moving up. So the likelihood is there's going to they over the next 5 to 10 games, their points per game average is going to increase. So it's so intriguing to look at and study at the moment. I'm really enjoying looking at it from this point of view. And it is neck and neck between Man City and Man United at the moment. But what we know about Liverpool is they can turn it around. And a 3, 4, 5 game run in this season can turn it around massively. But the most important thing for Liverpool is those level of performances. If we go back and we look at this area here, like we mentioned already, that is what's cost them. It's since beating Crystal Palace. It's those 3 or 4 games since then that have really damaged them and enabled Manchester United and Man City to really get the the thrust on them. But as you can see, that title race, look at the difference earlier on in the season, the difference between the teams. Look how it's narrowing out. This shows you there's going to be a title race. This here shows you there's going to be multiple teams included because the points per game element is narrowing. Just depends whose trajectory is upwards or downwards as far as I'm concerned. We're going to do one more call. We're going to get Kid City on the line. Kid City's a Man City fan. Give me your thoughts, bro.
No, I think it was a solid performance defensively. Like obviously we're not doing that on attack, but we had to take into consideration that we haven't had a striker for the past couple of games, so you can only assume like that once we have someone in there, we can probably convert more of our chances. But even then, we have a unfit Aguero and inconsistent Jesus, so we don't really know. But I think what I'm really taking away is that we're really putting ourselves, like putting the defense, putting their body on the line. Like last season, we weren't getting these blocks and we weren't getting these interceptions. I feel like they're more determined. Something happened. Like they had that spark.
Yeah, I hear that. Do you know what's interesting as well? I heard someone said, actually it was Lee Gunner said it. I didn't hear it. He said it to me. Sort of, Liverpool's injuries and City's injuries and whatever the issues with Aguero. See, the reason I don't really listen to that kind of talk is because Man City and Liverpool have the resource and ability to replace players. If you didn't replace Aguero or you've kept an inconsistent Gabriel Jesus, if you didn't strengthen your attacking ranks, Man City have no excuse as a football club. Now, it may not be directly Pep's fault because Pep may have wanted it but didn't get it, but it's your football club's fault. The same with Liverpool. The world and its dog said you need another centre-back. They decided not to sign one. They've suffered a couple of injuries. They had no centre-backs. I don't give them sympathy because your club chose not to do that. It wasn't like, you're not a small club. You're not. If Aston Villa lose two of their best players, they don't have the infrastructure or resource to have a squad deep enough to replace that quality of player. But both yourself and Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, we all do. So if we choose not to do it, I don't bemoan the injuries. You bemoan your football club for not giving you an adequate squad to move forward with. Maybe if every single member of your squad got injured, then you might have a bit of sympathy. But listen, do you make yourselves favourites to win the league, or who comes out on top for you?
Now, for me, since the beginning, I've said Liverpool, so I'm just gonna stick with that.
There we go.
We know, like at any moment, Liverpool, like this weekend, for example, if they win, they're a couple points behind United. They could really pick up form.
Hear you on that. Listen, Kid City, thank you for coming on the show, mate. Having your say, really do appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Comment here from Mo, Super Chat says, as a Chelsea fan, I think it's City's title to lose. Liverpool suffer injuries. United are surprise challenges, but they don't have what it takes. That's what Mo thinks. Look, we want your views. We want your opinions. I'm going to go and watch the Spurs Fulham game now. We'll be back live after that match as well. Midnight vibes tonight. And then tomorrow, the previews begin. The build-up begins for one of the biggest weekends in Premier League history. I can't wait. Until then, take care of yourselves.